Hi, I'm Sean. Today I'm going to make this modern yet simple walnut frame for my bathroom mirror. Join me. I picked up a mirror for $20 from the local sale group in my town. It was in a steel frame with plywood backing and little angle brackets holding the mirror to the frame. I removed the brackets and the plywood and the bubble wrap and set them aside for later and carefully removed the mirror. The steel frame was set aside for either another project or for the scrapyard. I'm using solid walnut for this frame to match the vanity I made earlier. I started by cutting the walnut to rough length with the jigsaw at my workstation. I usually have my vacuum hose attached to the cord and hose holder so dust collection is fast and there's no searching for the end of the hose when it's needed. I power on my vac with a foot pedal so things are mostly hands-free. A tool-activated switch would be ideal. Then, at the jointer, I establish a flat face and a square edge. When jointing, I use a pair of push blocks and a leapfrog method for maintaining pressure on the outfeed table while moving the work past the cutter head. Then I place a mark on the milled face and edge. A quick note about eye protection. I have about 6 pairs of safety glasses in my shop that I place in various locations. The kind folks at No Cry reached out to me and sent a couple of pairs of glasses for me to use. As simple as they are, they've become my go-to pair of glasses. They feel good on my face due to the comfortable adjustable temples and the rubber nose pads. What's more is the coverage around my eyes. No other glasses I've used cover as much real estate. These are great to wear, especially when kicking up a ton of dust, as when hand routing joinery. These glasses keep the dust out and my eyes tear-free. Check them out, and there's a coupon code in the video description. The work pieces are then planed thickness and cut to 3 inches wide at the table saw. The scrap strips are kept for cutting boards when I need a quick gift idea. To join the frame, I'm using butt joints with loose tenons for strength and alignment. But first, I remove the mill marks with a hand plane to be certain the glue joint is as tight as possible. I make a couple of passes until I get a full shaving, though technically it's only important to get the areas where the joinery will be. The rest can get sanded. Be sure to check the edge for square. I cut a rabbet and all the parts at the table saw. Normally this would be done with a router when the frame is glued up, or just the rails are done and stopped rabbets are made in the stiles, but since this is being mounted to the wall permanently, I felt it wasn't necessary to be so technical. The offcut is set aside for later to glue back onto the frame. The mortises are cut with the Festool Domino XL. I used the Seneca small mortise kit to convert the Domino XL into its little sister, and use a 5mm cutter and tenons to match. My workstation comes in handy by holding the workpiece in place. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome, and please subscribe and click the like button as it really helps me decide what you, the viewer, likes to see. Thanks. The glue up was straightforward, and once the glue was dry, the frame was secured between stops and sanded, starting with 80 grit up to 180 grit. Then the edges were broken with a block plane and final sanding with 220 grit paper. The first coat of varnish goes on with a folded cotton cloth, and it is simply wiped on and allowed to fully dry before sanding and repeating the application. You can see my finishing process here in the card or in the video description. Once the finish is fully cured, I lay the frame face down, place in the mirror, followed by the bubble wrap for padding, and then the 1/4-inch plywood backing. The rabbet wasn't quite deep enough to reuse the angle brackets from the original frame, so I used a small bit to bore a bunch of pilot holes and then drove some finishing nails in the sides to secure the plywood backing. My initials and the date were carved in the back using my parting gouge from the late 1800s and the brass mallet I made. Then the mirror was flipped over and inspected. One last coat of thinned varnish was applied with a 5000 grit abrasive pad. This smooths and fills the grain with a slurry of finish and finish dust. You won't find a silkier surface. The mirror is then fixed to the wall with construction adhesive and allowed to cure for 24 hours before removing the bracing. The frame pops with the combination of the white vanity top and the teal subway tile. So the mirror frame came out really nice. I love the way it pops off the teal subway tile. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. It really helps me out. And go ahead and click the subscribe button, that way you're sure to never miss a future video. If you're into the social media thing, you can follow me on Instagram, where I post pictures of my projects throughout the week and share some stories along the way. Thanks for watching. I'm Sean. See you next time.